Namaste.
Namaste, namaste, and welcome, welcome. We're so thrilled to be sharing this platform with you, Gordon McInally, and with all these amazing, wonderful Rotarians from around the world. And thank you, Melanie, for that wonderful introduction. Well, I'd like you to think back to 1945, when a terrible war had just ravaged the planet, killing over 50 million people. A nation exterminated millions of its own people, and there was no outside law to stop them. A nuclear bomb, a brand new weapon, had destroyed an entire city, and then another city, and it threatened to destroy us all. What did Rotarians do? They transcended borders to create peace. They helped to invent the United Nations, where nations could throw words at each other instead of bombs. They dared to imagine a United Nations above the nations that divide us. And it was dedicated to ending the scourge of war. It guaranteed human rights and fundamental freedoms to all, regardless of race, of gender, of language, or religion. The world is in even deeper trouble than it was back in 1945. The very existence of life on Earth hangs in the balance, threatened by climate change, by pandemics out of control, by nuclear war that in just an instant could destroy all of us. It could happen right now, and our lives are hanging in balance. Now, the United Nations was a huge advance in its time. It was an incredible advance over the divided nations, but today, and its original founders expected that its institutions and its platforms would evolve as the world evolved, but instead it's remained stuck in some anachronistic structures like the UN Security Council veto and so on. And it's proven itself incapable of fulfilling its task. It has not ended the scourge of war. Wars still rage on. It has not been able to guarantee human rights around the world. And now it's time for Rotarians to think again about how we can transcend borders to create peace. You know, Rotary International President's founder, the founder of Rotary, Paul Harris, said, "The years ahead reserve for Rotary a most difficult and arduous task: to heal the wounds of a war-ravaged world, to change enemies into friends, to replace armed struggle with goodwill and international peace. This is the superhuman task we must undertake," he said. And you know, he didn't shrink back from being political. To the contrary, he went on to say, "This is a task to which Rotary will labor with all its strength. In fact, we have no instruments other than our principles, nor our strength than our enthusiasm, but we are sure of victory because of the great faith that we all humanitarians have, that all Rotarians have in humanity." Well, under the leadership of Gordon McInally, I am confident that we will surge forward on this superhuman task. We're called to do that, folks, and we're going to surge forward in this superhuman task of truly creating peace. So I pledge to help President McInally in every way that I can, including offering my film, The World is My Country, the film that I directed with Melanie, Bennett, to making it free to Rotarians everywhere. Before now, there's been a charge, but for now, for Rotarians, you're all going to be able to watch it free at theworldismycountry.com. Just click on the Rotarian button. Now, this is the true story of a song and dance man who rose above the nations that divide us. He leapt off the Broadway stage onto the world stage in 1948 as world citizen #1. It's a really inspiring and fun story, and it helps us inspire us to rise above the borders that divide us. And it inspires us primarily to see the world as it really is. You know, we look out, we see all these borders, but that's not real. We've looked at our planet from outer space. What we really have here is a precious blue marble of life in the emptiness of space. It's a miracle world that has evolved to staggering levels of complexity and diversity. So let's together, all of us, let's join together and envision a future in which we fulfill the dreams and hopes of humanity, a future in which we can barely remember why we ever threatened such a precious gift with extinction, a future in which we've transcended the borders that divide us and dwell together as citizens of a country called Earth. Thank you so much to all of you for being with us on this amazing adventure.
Thank you, Rotarian Arthur Kanegis, for your excellent deliberation on how to create peace.